Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Tower of God Urek Mazino, Chapter 6. I am recording right as it comes out. I'm extremely excited. I mentioned it last week, but I have just been loving this spin-off so much more than I expected to. Again, I always go into anything wanting to love and enjoy it. I was going into it wanting to enjoy it, but I have really loved it so far. I like it a lot. Also, Weenie was in the thumbnail this week. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm going to be sad whenever we do get a name, if we do. I still think it'd be funny if we just went a long time and Urek just never even bothered asking his name. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, I'm so excited, and honestly, there was something that I had been thinking almost all week since I watched a bunch of reactions and stuff to last week's chapter. There's just been something I've been thinking about, but I'm like, do I say it? It would be kind of harsh. I feel like I have to say it though, since I'm bringing it up and everything. If the complaint that I've seen about the spinoff, and again, so many people are so far ahead compared to where I am reading officially, and for all I know, in the future I might not enjoy it as much. Things could go downhill. But a big complaint that I've seen is this just feels like the main series again. This feels like another 2,000 chapter epic. And people weren't prepared for that for the spinoff. But the harsh thing I have to say is, I don't care. The CU could say, hey, I messed up with the main series. It's kinda cooked. I'm just gonna write about Urek now. I'm not gonna be too upset by it, and that sounds horrible. That sounds terrible to say. I'm not gonna be super upset. To me, if you ask me this week, would I rather, like, if they gave us the choice, if they're like, hey, would you rather have another chapter of the Urek spinoff this week or a chapter of the main series, I would say I want a chapter of the Urek spinoff. Because, to me, right now this is about Urek and his teammates climbing the tower. And so long as this is about Urek and his teammates climbing the tower, and the main series isn't about Bomb and his teammates climbing the tower, I care more about this. Just straight up, being really blunt, really harsh, I care more about this. I don't care about the spirit of V within Bomb. I don't care about all of the sort of, lore and power scaling and everything being, warped for moments for Bomb to look cool. I don't care about Dragon Ball-ass Tower of Beams. I don't care about all of the lore and backstory stuff that I've cared about for over 10 years being, like, retconned or dropped. And I don't care to see all the things that, made the series great. All the characters and stories and plot lines and, again, the world-building stuff through the blog posts. Everything that was built up for years and years. Again, I just don't care to see that forgotten, retconned. We went an entire season, over half a decade, no Wangnan development, no Yiwa development. Same for so many other characters. And in some context, I think it would be fine, but for me, it wasn't. Like, going back, taking a hard look at the main series, it stopped being about Bomb and his teammates climbing the tower at the end of Season 2, and while it's not like all of Season 3 is terrible and awful, there's plenty of good stuff in there, it's just not Tower of God. It doesn't have the structure, it doesn't have the forward movement. So I don't get... Anak hasn't gotten to do anything since 2013. All these great things that the foundation of the story was built upon when the story was insanely good. Like, for as good as some of the things in Season 3 are, like, as good as those things are, for the most part, nothing is touching what was just constantly happening through Return of the Prince and Workshop Battle. Like, even early Hell Train, I absolutely adore, but Return of the Prince and Workshop Battle is, writing-wise, just so exciting, so fun, just constantly nailing it again and again. And so even though there are some great things in Season 3, it is just not living up to that. So yeah, to me, as long as this is about Urek and his teammates climbing, and the main series if CU's not taking a hard look at it and saying we need to do some massive reforms to get it back on track, I care more about this right now. I would rather read this right now. So again, that's a very, very harsh thing to start the video off with, but that's kind of where I am right now about Tower of God. Again, it's not like I'm a new reader, not like I am not invested. I have been extremely invested. For nearly 10 years, I've made videos on every single chapter. I've been reading it since 2011. I remember reading Workshop Battle week to week, showing all my friends at school like, oh my god, this is so amazing, you need to read this. So I have been extremely invested, maybe one of the most invested people in reading Tower of God. But that's where I am right now with the main series compared to this. So either way, with my statement of how excited I am for this out of the way, let's start actually reading Chapter 6. Chapter 6 starts with, last time I saw him, he had no idea how to use Shinsu. So, why is the Shinsu around him reacting to his presence? We have Danjon. Come on. What did you just say? I was telling you to get ready. That's what you were yelling at us, remember? Ha, don't chicken out on me now. Urek Mazino, Episode 6, Grappling. Ha, you think I would chicken out? Did no one ever tell you to watch your damn mouth? Watch your dang mouth. They censored it. I know you're just using that bravado to hide your fear. Grab the loincloth if you're so sure of yourself. Sure, let's do it. And then, strange. No regular should possess this kind of strength. I guess those muscles aren't just for show. And this is going to be one of those things that is, and has been, a common criticism for the main series that will maybe need to continue to be a little bit of a criticism for this if it happens too much. If we're just constantly having characters being like, what? This regular? How could this regular show this much power again and again and again with Bomb? And then, if we do the same here with Urek, then that's another thing. It might get to be a bit much. Try not to go down too easy, okay? Ready? Set. I love the effect they used here. Ready? Set. Go. Seems like he trips them up. And tosses him up. Wait. And slams him down. I mean, this... Huh? That's a good face. This was his idea, though. I mean, he did say, you have to do this to pass, right? Huh? And then is even Urek like, wait, it was too easy? Huh? I love how excited the yellow hair guy is. Did you see that? He single-handedly took down the test director. No, that one doesn't count. Are we going to have a Pan moment where Pan was actually really strong, but then after Bomb defeated him, everybody started thinking he was weak, so all the rankers started showing up to challenge him to try to get higher rankings? Are we going to have something here where Danjon's actually really strong, but now everyone's going to think he's super weak because he got suplexed by a regular? No, that one doesn't count. I only loosened my grip because I didn't want to kill you, okay? I slipped because I was holding back. That matches off the record. You didn't slip. We all saw him sweep you off your feet. Just admit you lost. Your personality's just as bad as your hair. The insults! He's completely losing control over the class. You remind me of an ugly side character who does nothing but yell at everyone. Instantly, these guys are getting a bit too confident. Huh, go figure. The old-timers never know when to admit they're wrong. Shut it! And then he flexes the Shinsu. They all freak out. Ooh, nice. They're all down. He might sound like he's rambling to save face, but he's technically not wrong. He was definitely holding back, I could tell. Come on, show me the power I know you're hiding. I completely agree with you, Director. You know, I thought it was weird when that you fell when I didn't even do anything. Exactly, I just slipped. You noticed it too, didn't you? Of course. How about we pretend that one didn't happen, and go for a rematch? Well, that only seems fair, right? I love, again, too, compared to the recent main series, the increased use of like chibi and comedy panels here, there's some things where I feel like there's definitely been an improvement here. Yep, I want to earn my place among the fishermen, fair and square. So they changed angler to fisherman. They did that earlier this chapter, and I'm just now really commenting on it and like internalizing it. So they are going back to fishermen. I guess maybe they got complaints last week, and that's why they changed. Interesting. He really wants a rematch. I don't hate Angler, though. I mean, Fisherman's what I'm used to, but I don't hate Angler. And honestly, like I said last time, I don't know if I feel like other reactions were different than mine. But honestly, I kind of, what was it, Lighthouse Keeper? I kind of like Lighthouse Keeper more than Lightbearer. Because when you're talking about the positions, it's all stuff like, and a bunch of names, a bunch of references. There are a lot of just ocean and fishing themes in Tower of God, and a lot of football themes just because C was like, I need to pull some names from somewhere. But with that being the case, you know, the fisherman is pretty straightforward, and if you call it angler, it's still the same thing. Spear bearers, again, you're like, a fishing related thing. Wave controller, again, if we lived in a world with magic, certainly there would be people using water magic to get some easy fish, because that would be a really good way to make money and everything. Wave controller makes sense. Scout is not really fishing related, but light bearer is, okay, kind of whatever. But they're called lighthouses literally. You have a person who takes care of the lighthouse being a lighthouse keeper. So calling the position that, I think, is totally cool. So I kind of like Lighthouse Keeper. And like I said last week, it kind of differentiates it from Spearbearer. Instead of having Lightbearer and Spearbearer, you have Spearbearer and Lighthouse Keeper. It makes them sound a bit more different. He really wants a rematch. Does he actually think he can pull it off again? I commend you for facing the truth. Now get back in your ready stance. Yes, Director. Ready? Set. A regular should never be able to overpower me, even with my Shinsu reinforcement suppressed as much as it is. He somehow managed to catch me off guard, that's all. This time, I'll show him what real power looks like. Begin. And he's being lifted. What the? That's another really good panel. Whoa, are you seeing this? He just lifted Director Danjon. He lifts him into the air. Is this all you've got? Come on, do something. You're boring me. So he's trying to antagonize him to get him to use more of his abilities. You little. Show me the power you used during the first test. Training room for spear bearers. Okay, cool. We get to see the other classes. I am so excited for this. So we had overall 30, and they're divided between the 6 classes. Or I guess technically overall 27, right? Because it's overall 27. So there's 22 left. We have 5 more here. That means 17 left split between the other 3 classes. And then, of course, there's the 3 cuckoos. Okay. Taking it in a little. Let me introduce myself again. I'm Heidi, one of the test directors aboard this cruise. You're so pretty. How beautiful. I'll be mentoring you from this point on. And I miss having the blog post, like, again, early reading Tower of God, reading Season 1, Season 2, with the blog post every week before the blog post kind of, maybe toward the end of Hell Train and stuff kind of started going off the rails and stuff when it comes to talking about the series itself. It was just so amazing having that supplementary material every single week. So I kind of wish we had that like in Season 1, where we'd be getting all the names and all this bonus information about the world and the characters, like learning more about the regulars' names and all. You're so pretty. How beautiful. I'll be mentoring you from this point on to shape you all into proper spear bearers. For today, we'll just practice throwing our spears, nice and easy. It's no pressure, I promise. I just want to get a sense of where everyone stands in terms of skill. Look, her arm. And Rue is also a spear bearer. I kind of feel like I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking maybe Scout or something. And her arm is rotating, it seems like. She launches a spear toward these distant targets. See plus 100 as it hits. I gotta say, that was pretty cool. You're amazing. Who wants to go first? And then, I kinda love her. I volunteer. This should be fun. This character design's cool too. I love the pointy teeth and the armor. No, I'm going first. This should be fun. And then we have a plus 20. So close. I'm up next. Rue is just kinda sulking. Watch and learn, weaklings. And he gets a plus 30. Okay. That's how it's done. Not bad. That was cool. I couldn't even lift my spear. I'm such a disgrace. Rue, what are you doing? Maybe we should be calling him... Did they call him in the scans? I don't remember if they called him Lou there. Maybe we should be calling him Lou. I guess even my best isn't good enough. Are you trying to tap dance? Look at how far the others are throwing their spears. What's wrong with me? I have zero talent. I'm completely useless. I should have never been chosen as a regular. Hey, what are you moping around for? The weenie is gonna give him a pep talk. I love him so much. Oh, it's because I can't throw my spear far enough. Also, this means that... This means that Evelyn is neither spear bearer, because we saw her throw her needle-like weapon before. She's neither spear bearer nor fisherman. I guess then, because she's Lopobia, she might be in the scout class, because it's scout plus anima that are in Gisli's group. Hey, you just started. Don't let it get you down. You know, I thought what you did during the last test was pretty cool. My name's Rohan. What's yours? Okay, so we have a name. We have Rohan. Rue. My name's Rue. Rue? Great name, man. I hope we get along. Same here. Have some confidence, okay? My big pal himself wanted you on his team. That means you've got some real talent. Friggin' love Rohan. You really think so? I don't feel like I'm talented at all. Nope, I trust his judgment. I bet you'll turn out to be just as impressive as me. I know things didn't work out with us, but I swore to care for you as a comrade from the second he picked you. So let's do this, Rue. I know we can get through these tests alive. Now come on, I'll teach you how to throw that spear. Sure, thank you. Watch my biceps very closely. They're so big. Both him and Evelyn are so nice and caring. You have to hold the spear like this. Imagine you're hurling a rock at someone. They make the inner tower feel like such a welcoming place. Thank you for being so kind to a cursed soul like me. Again, we're getting this mystery with Rue. Rue is probably not making it. He's probably passing. Either he's not making it, he's passing the hat on to Urek, or he's actually super powerful. And come, return this hat to me when you climb to the tower. Then, Fisherman Training Room. Whoa. How's that even possible? He picked up Director Danjon just like a little kid. Now slam him into the ground. How dare you? I'm a ranker. How the hell is he doing this? I can feel my power coming back. I suppose there's a ray of light, even in a dark place like this. Hey, are you actually trying? Show me the power you were going to use on me the last time we met. If you don't, you're going to embarrass yourself. Throw him, take him down, in front of all these regulars. If you're talking about Shinsu, I'd love to show you what you want. There it is. On top of that, his body's becoming heavier and tougher. He must be gaining his strength from this mysterious power. But what is it? You fool. You have no idea what you're poking at, do you? Just know that curiosity will be the death of you. I cannot use this power against you. Huh? Why? In the inner tower, rankers like me are forbidden from harming rookies like you, without the administrator's permission or a mutual agreement. Otherwise, I could be exiled, or even killed. You've never been exposed to Shinsu before, which means you'll die in an instant if I unleash my true powers here. Then, I'll be stripped of my position and forced to live the rest of my life in exile. Do you really think trying your hardest would be enough to kill me? Can't you see I'm holding you off the ground like a dog? You can try to anger me all you want, but I'd rather suffer a moment of humiliation than be condemned forever. Now let me make a proposal that'll satisfy your hot-headed curiosity. A proposal. Yes, and I have a feeling you'll like it. 3 days from now, let's get the administrator's permission. And we see the Floor 2 administrator, it's been so long, to settle this with a fight to the death. I can't give you the specifics, but the next test will be the crown game. From what I've heard, the testing site will have a secret area where we can fight. If we can fight in secret under mutual agreement, I shall give you the honor of facing my full strength. To the death, of course. Doesn't that sound much more entertaining than this childish game? Yes, it does. He has no idea he's walking right to his death. But only on one condition. I want you to put me back down, fall to the ground, and admit defeat. Huh? Why would I do that? Because then I will formally conclude this test and qualify every single regular in this room. How does that sound? Not too bad. Flip him over. Put an end to the corruptible generation, brave hero. Fine. I'll do it. Oh no, I'm about to... And he, takes the back bump. Fall. Oops. What the heck? How'd you do that, Director Donjon? It felt like I was trying to grapple with a rock. Guess I'm no match against your full strength. Urek laying it on thick. What's the source of that incredible power anyway? Don't tell me it's that dirty hair of yours. He's got some nerve acting so nonchalant. Anyway, I lose. I have no idea how I did that in the last round. It's impressive that you managed to take me down, even if I slipped on purpose. Did you all see that? That's the kind of talent it takes to be a fisherman. But you all managed to prove your potential. It was never my intention to disqualify any of you with this ridiculous test. He's eyeballing it. All I wanted was to see how you'd handle being pushed to your absolute limit. Therefore, you all pass, even the guy who did nothing. Seriously? Yes, seriously. Congratulations on officially becoming fishermen. They all cheer. Yes, I'm still confused, but I made it. Just wait. The testing side of the crown game will be your grave. I think it'll be yours. He's definitely not my type, but I'm growing a bit fond of him. After all, it's been so long. Now, go to your rooms and get some rest, rookies. You'll be in the same room as your teammates, since a man challenged me to a fight to the death, although he probably doesn't know it. Thank you for letting me fight. Without any guilt or restraint, Donjon. I'm exhausted. I love the one who did nothing saying that. I hope our rooms are nice. Excuse me. Hey, I remember you. You're a fisherman, right? The one who can get up? Yes, I am. I just wanted to say thank you. Meow. I hope you can get some rest. And she runs off. Right. Thanks. I love this from Bomb's perspective. He knew nothing about the world, so all of the craziness is just he's like, oh, I guess this is just how life is. I like that Urek has some pre-established life and knowledge so that he's dealing with all of this and everyone just seems so weird compared to him, and he's just constantly having these moments where he's like, ah, great, another weirdo. Meow. What's going on here? Did she just ask him out? What the heck was that? Has love come to me at last? Looks like we've got our first lovebirds. Congrats, your girlfriend's cute. And I knew. I had a good feeling about this tower. Just the switch up. I didn't even do anything and he was blushing like a tomato. Looks like I was right. He's definitely never been in a relationship before. He's completely fallen in love. He might be a bit simple-minded, but he's still powerful and easy to fool. Well, you're a lucky man. You've been chosen. her out, ask her out to carry me through this test. I love getting all of these characters. We have the princess lurking. Urek Mazino, your ticket will be mine tonight. And then we end. So much fun. Again, I mentioned how Danjon, like, are we going to continue to get these moments where it's like, how can a regular do this? If so, it might get to be a bit much, but I think it's fun. I think too, I really want to see the crown game, but if we do have this fight in secret, I like that it's in secret. So if we go, I don't think Urek is actually going to kill him though. We get to see Urek test out what his strength is, what his power is against a ranker from the tower, and he could even just win here. And again, I don't care if Urek is this OP and this powerful from the beginning, because the tests and climbing the tower are kind of more than that. And so again, it's not like what I mean by climbing the tower is just getting tests all the time, but that forward momentum, that structure to the journey. As long as I really hope we keep that structure to the journey and everything, and keeping up with the side characters. I love them so much. I wonder what's going to go on with the blue vest guy, if there's going to be more to him. The yellow hair guy seemed to have a couple panels of his reactions and stuff. Maybe he has more to do. I like that we're setting up this one girl who's going to try to manipulate him. We're setting up the spear bearer class a bit. I really hope we get to see more with the other classes and everything. So I'm very, very excited. And also they said that Gisli was the teacher for the scouts and anima. So does that mean if you're an anima, you're just thrown into the scout class? Or somebody like Evelyn, could she be a fisherman or spear bearer, but she just gets put into Gisli's class because she's also an anima? I wonder. But either way, I enjoyed it a lot. Again, I thought it was so fun. I love establishing more of the cast, and I really hope that since we're spending this time establishing it, I really hope we get to see more play out. Like I said, I want to see the other classes more. I want to see the other characters more. There's not too many or anything. Again, there's only like 30 plus the teachers, and then whatever's going on with Rahab and his group. So I love the setup here. There's a small enough amount that it's not like I'm expecting all 30 of these characters to get actual like deep development or anything, but we could at least learn most of their names. We could definitely see their designs, what teams people are on. We could have, again, with the crown game, if it's similar to the crown game from the main series, we can see some of these trios and what they can do. I would really love some of that. But either way, I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Tower of God, Urek Mazino, much more on the series. It feels so weird to be back to Tower of God. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. If you'd like to help support the channel and help me to keep making videos while also getting your name at the end of videos and getting One Piece bingo early, then you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you so much to Chosen Regulars Evan Hawley, Emperor T. Wooster, Magical Girls, J.A. and the D-Band, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, S.G. and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Real, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.